So I want to talk today about a couple of things. The first thing is about the style hierarchy that the press has built, and it goes the newly wedded NHS nurse, the other girl, Diana, and then Meghan, in that order. So there's this opinion piece that's been written by a particular newspaper, and they are arguing that this lady that married Princess Anne's son is not copying the other girl, but rather she is admiring the other girl and she is learning from her. And this argument, in my opinion, it collapses the moment you apply even just 30 seconds of critical thought to it. So this piece by somebody called Alicia Liberty, again, these writers pop up trying to make a name and they craft these convoluted pieces. But anyway, this piece tries to draw a distinction between this lady's pale blue dresses, elegant tailoring and lace details and carefully selected hats at Royal Ascot. And all these choices are framed as admiration for the other girl's blueprint. And then they frame Meghan's style choices. And remember, Meghan was nowhere near Ascot this year, by the way. She hasn't been for a while. But they're saying that Meghan's style choices, on the other hand, are about rivalry and competition. First of all, you do not compete where you do not compare. So, the other girl cannot be compared to Meghan in any shape or form because the other girl blatantly and explicitly copies Meghan as well as her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana. And the second thing is that Meghan has not even been anywhere near a place like Ascot where she needs to wear those sorts of outfits. So I don't even get it. But anyway, the key distinction that this piece actually makes is about the tone. And they've gone back to the same old. This newly married woman, she has humility. She has softness. And this woman is not launching podcasts or lifestyle brands to try and become the main character. She is simply showing up and quietly finding her place. So all those big words just to say that she has humbled herself, she has made herself feel very, very small, and she is sufficiently deferential to the other girl so the other girl doesn't feel threatened by her. Yes, because the main thing about the other girl is that she needs to be the main character. Now, here's the thing. It's already set that she most likely will be the future Queen of England. That's it. You've got what you wanted. You've literally got what you spent 10 years trying to get. You spent 10 years chasing, stalking, whatever people say, your man. You've got your man. You're married. You've given 3 beautiful children. You're the last woman left standing in that institution that is, whose age is less than 50. So you should be happy. You've managed to see off the person you consider to be a threat or a rival. So what's your problem? I don't get it. So this is why they commissioned these smear pieces, because they're trying to say that Meghan is determined to position herself as the other girl's equal, that Meghan invited competition, that she tried to reinvent rather than understand. Here's the thing, I agree. Meghan is not competition to the other girl because Meghan is far superior in achievement, in style, in substance, in everything than the other girl. And those are the facts. And they've been verified by this same article. This same article. Because Meghan did podcasts. created a lifestyle brand from scratch. And she still does a lot of humanitarian work, far more than the engagement numbers of the other girl who is supposed to be doing this as a full-time job. And yet, they are still trying to bring Meghan down. And Meghan did everything under the most intense scrutiny and under the most intense hostility. And yet, she is still succeeding. She is all anyone can talk about. Even this article that's supposed to be talking about the newly married woman, they somehow revert back to Meghan. So the foundation on which this entire argument rests is the fact that the other girl herself spent months since Natasha left her systematically borrowing from Diana. So we saw the Catherine Walker coat, almost replica, which mirrored Diana's 1987 Easter outfit. We saw the black trouser suit with a ruffled blouse that echoed Diana's 1986 outfit. Then we had the cream pleated skirt that she wore in Italy, which actually was from a brand that Meghan was the first to wear in that family. So at the end of the day, we've seen copy after copy after copy and cosplay of Diana. Now, the other girl, unfortunately, is not the blueprint. She is currently running a tribute act to the actual blueprint, who was Diana. That's what's happening. This is what you get when you have a tribute act. I remember many years ago, there was a Tina Turner tribute act. Fantastic. But not Tina Turner. Because there were a number of things that were off. And that's the problem with the other girl. Her tribute act to Diana feels off. Even when she looks great, it still feels off because it reminds us of, okay, Diana wore it first and Diana wore it better. So what we now have is a tribute act to a tribute act of Diana in the newly married woman. And this is what this news article is trying to say. And the press are saying, oh my God, but she's amazing because she's humble and she's sufficiently deferential to the other girl. Meanwhile, you have the other girl who has spent a year dressing almost identically to Diana. And the press is saying, oh my God, touching tribute to her mother-in-law. Meanwhile, Meghan, she stuck to her own style. And yet, the press said that she was competing with the other girl. So the hierarchy that is being structured is what I said very early on. And in that order for the press. Because at the end of the day, this piece is trying to say that the other girl is the benchmark by which other royal women is measured against. But the other girl cannot be the benchmark if she is currently measuring herself against Diana. And Diana spent years just trying to be herself because she was the blueprint. And like I said in another video, she and a couple of young designers really went out there and they really brought a lot of originality and creativity to her outfits. And I remember when she used a necklace as a headband, her one shoulder, off the shoulder moments. I mean, the woman, she really came into her own when it came to style. And that was because she allowed herself to experiment. Yes, I know some of the 80s fashions were a bit, but at least Diana set the standard for herself. But now we have the other girl being embiggened in article after article. But here's a problem. The people in fashion, real fashionistas, they cannot say that she is a style icon. They can't. They cannot with a straight face say, they can say she's popular. They can say maybe some of her outfits sell out. I don't know. But they cannot say that she is a style icon, that she sets the tone, etc., etc. They can't. Because I don't know anyone, even my age, that wants to dress like that. No. There's nothing that she's worn that I've seen and gone, yeah, I want that. And I'm a boomer, practically. So at the end of the day, I think the newly married woman, she seems like a perfectly pleasant woman. But this isn't about her. It's about the press doing what the press does and calling some women humble when they don't threaten the status quo. They know very well that this woman is married to a non-working royal. So she will not be carrying out royal duties. She will not be a threat in any way to the other girl. But Meghan, on the other hand, Meghan, a woman who developed her own style and who is still around the same institution and who now has more global coverage than the other girl. Now that is a threat that they did not anticipate when Meghan left that institution. So at the end of the day, Meghan, in my opinion, is the modern royal blueprint, and she is the one that is being copied by other people. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, please. My name's Elizabeth. I'm the author of The Luxpreneur, and for more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And to support my work in holding truth to power, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Elizabeth Solaru, or you can get a copy of my book, The Luxpreneur, from Amazon, Waterstones, or Barnes & Noble.